isn't what we talked about!
You knew?
You have no idea what you're doing!
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
All stations, stop Spider-Man.
You? Me?
So we got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 coming to theaters on June 2nd, and I could not be more excited for this movie. A little background on me, I'm a huge Marvel nerd. I follow all the movie news. I love the MCU. I'm not a huge comic collector. I know all of the lore, and I've seen a lot of cartoons, a lot of TV shows growing up, and I love the Marvel Universe, the Marvel characters, all that great stuff. But I've been to a comic shop only once in my life, and I don't own very many comics at all. I just own this Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1, this one, which I believe is the last issue, which is kind of funny. I don't really know what happens in the middle, and this was a few years ago. I just picked up this volume for Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, and Miles Morales instantly became my favorite Marvel character, and I'll tell you why. Because my brother is a huge fan of Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like his favorite superhero, favorite character, Marvel character. He loves Spider-Man to death, and he has ever since he was little. And therefore, I couldn't love Spider-Man. Like if my brother loves Spider-Man, therefore he can't be mine. I can't love the same character. That's his thing. It's not mine, so I can't love him. So while many of you growing up said Spider-Man is your favorite character, I never really connected to the character. I never really understood what everyone was going so crazy for. I love the Spider-Man mythology. I love all the characters, the villains, the love interest, all that great stuff. I love all of the Spider-Man mythos. But I never really, he was never one of my favorites, not like in my top 5 or anything. I've never really just absolutely loved the Spider-Man character. So I didn't have my own Spider-Man. So then Brian Michael Bendis decided to kill off Spider-Man in his Ultimate Comics run of Spider-Man. And he decided to kill him off and replace him with Miles Morales, who became the new Spider-Man. And a new era of Ultimate Spider-Man starts here in the event that grabbed worldwide headlines. And he killed off Spider-Man in this book, and I was so enthralled by that idea of killing Spider-Man, not because I was like, oh, I hate Spider-Man, I'm glad they killed him off. But they killed off Spider-Man in this, and they replaced him with Miles Morales. I just remember reading this. This is one of the first comics I ever read, period. Again, I'm not an avid comic reader. I read this issue, and I was just hooked. I love this character. He was so earnest, he was so real, he was so grounded. He felt like a real person. And he was like me. I connected to this character of Miles Morales, and he transcends any boundaries that characters normally have in pop culture or in comics, and just really resonated with me. And I loved this story, and I love this character. And when they announced the first trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I was so happy that my favorite Spider-Man was finally getting a theatrical debut, because Miles has not been around for an insane amount of time. He's been around for maybe a little over a decade, I think. But I remember I read this comic, then I saw him appear in Ultimate Spider-Man, I believe, the cartoon, the Marvel cartoon for Disney XD or whatever. If you guys watch that, my brother and I watched that all the time growing up. He appeared in that. That was the first time, and I was like, and he was voiced by Donald Glover. And I remember he appeared in that, and I was like, wow, that's Miles is in the media. That's pretty crazy. That's super cool. I think that was his first appearance, I believe. Now, feel free to let me know if I'm wrong, but I believe that was his first appearance. I was very excited about that. I was like, Miles is finally getting some recognition in the media. He was in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, the video game. Miles Morales appeared in there. They had tons of characters in that video game. My brother and I played it when it came out, and he was in there, and I was, again, shocked. I was like, I can't believe Miles is finally starting to enter the media. And Miles Morales was a big part of the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon TV show, so I was just really excited about that. And Miles started popping up more and more and more. And then they announced Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where Miles Morales was going to get a theatrical debut, and I could not be more excited. I watched the trailer so many times, countless times, and I watched the second trailer even more. And the movie itself, I've seen countless times. I can repeat scenes. It is such a phenomenal movie, and such a great coming-of-age story for Miles Morales. And for a big screen debut, what better way to make it to the screen from Phil Lord and Chris Miller, that creative, dynamic, just electric energy that they bring to their movies, and how they push the medium of animation so much farther and push it to its limits and just really experiment and try new things. They're so great at that, and they make such great movies. Lego Movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, now Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and coming soon, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. The second full trailer has debuted online recently, and I just really felt the need to discuss my love for this character because the movie looks phenomenal. It looks awesome. And I think Miles Morales just is such a great character because, as I mentioned before, Spider-Man could never really be mine. Because, you know, when you have a brother, when you have a sibling, there's always competition there. Embedded deep into your roots in everything that you do. So, brother has a character that he really loves, Spider-Man. I can't really connect with that character. They're not mine. It doesn't feel like my own. It doesn't feel like a character that's I discovered and I found and I just, like, got really connected with. I never really had that with Peter Parker, Spider-Man. But with Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, Miles Morales, when he came along into my life, I really just gravitated towards that character. He was younger than Spider-Man. He was really written in a way to where he felt real and organic, and I just loved the portrayal of this character. And he was one that just jumped right off the page, and one that I was just like, I just love this character. I want to see more of him. And he just started, again, popping up more and more in the media. And I just got more and more excited, and I just loved the character more and more in every iteration. He started appearing in Lego sets, and like Kamala Khan. At least I associate Miles Morales and Kamala Khan because they kind of came out in similar time frames, and they've caught on kind of equally as much. And they made crossovers. I think in one of these comics that I have sitting right here, that Kamala Khan is in one because he's part of like the Young Avengers in that world or something. It's been a little while since I've read them. I might have to refresh before the new movie, but yeah, just the original movie, bringing this character to life on the screen, and Brian Michael Bendis, who was like the main writer of these comics, he was involved in the movie in such a big way as well, and really making sure the character was done right. And you know, just seeing the cast, seeing such a phenomenal, electric, such a hilarious movie that Phil Lord and Chris Miller do so well, that they make some of the funniest movies ever. Their movies are so laugh out loud hilarious. The jokes always land. Their humor is so on point, and it's just fast and funny and sharp, and it's really, really cool. They made this movie Into the Spider-Verse, and it changed. Like, I haven't seen a single person who doesn't like this movie because it is so great, and it's the story of a coming of age for a new Spider-Man in a world where he's interacts with other people who've done this before through the multiverse, or the Spider-Verse, I should say, that they use as a plot device to kind of elevate this coming-of-age story of Miles Morales, who becomes his own Spider-Man. And the message of the movie is anyone can wear the mask, and that's a message that's emulated by Miles Morales and really what his creation was about in the first place. That, you know, because Peter Parker always been traditionally white, Miles Morales is a black character, and he has a Puerto Rican mother, and he has some heritage there. That's a different culture, different, you know, history, and he's a character that was written and created with such passion and such heart, and was made so well that he transcended any kind of borders or limitations and just really connected with me personally. And the new movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, with all we've been hearing about all the little cameos and all the exciting stuff with the Spider-Verse, all the different Spider people we're going to get to see, that's all very exciting. But what I'm really going to be there for is this character that I really love, that I loved for like coming up on 10 years. I was a little younger, closer to my age, struggling with the same things that I was struggling with, school, you know, friends, in a different way than Peter Parker, in a way that was new and fresh. And to see him coming to the big screen once again is a very exciting thing for me personally. I'm not going to be there for all these cameos, or Spider-Man 2099, that's super cool, Jessica Drew, Mayday, all of these fun characters. It'll be exciting to see, but I'm there for one guy, and that's Miles Morales, who is played so well by Shameik Moore, who does a phenomenal job. He's a great actor, and he voices Miles with such real heart, and just does a great job of bringing this character to life and bringing a voice to someone who, he had a few voices in the cartoons and stuff, but he just does such a great job. And just seeing the development and the process of the first movie, which took 4 years to make, now this movie, which has taken 5 years to make, and how they're doing a part 2, and this is going to leave off on a cliffhanger. It's just all very exciting, and it just all goes back to how much I love this character. And I just wanted to share how much I love Miles Morales as a comic book character, my favorite Marvel character, just because how much he means to me and how much, you know, I've enjoyed seeing him popping up in the media over the past few years, because I'm so excited about the movie. I could not be more excited, and it's just one that's going to push the medium even further. They said there's 6 different styles of animation. The villain is supposed to be the Spot, who is a fun character as well. There's so many fun and new and zany things happening in the Spider-Verse. We could even get some live action Spider-Man appearing there. We know the Spider-Man from the video game is coming, and just for a Marvel nerd like me, all of this is very, very exciting. And it all just is, it stemmed from this story about this one character who became of age in the into the Spider-Verse, and now is not about anyone can wear the mask, but how you wear the mask that matters, as they've said in the trailers. And it seems to be a very emotional, heartfelt, and also extremely hilarious story, which Phil Lord and Chris Miller tend to do very well. And I'm excited to see it, so I could not be more excited for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. If you like this video and you liked hearing my thoughts on Spider-Man Miles Morales and why he's my favorite Spider-Man character, then please show your appreciation by liking this video and commenting down below how much you like Miles Morales and how much he means to you. Because I'd love to hear from the community, and I love interacting with fellow Marvel fans and how much we all appreciate this extremely lovable and real and organic character. If you want to see my video about my thoughts on the Barbie movie, which is very interesting, be sure to click right here on my face, because I know you guys don't want to see it anymore. So yeah, there you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video.